the team with the biggest regret from divisional round weekend for me was the Bears as they got it rolling. They got that 4th and short quarterback sneak. They had first down right around midfield. And 2nd and 8, that's when that throw. You didn't need to make that throw in that spot. Keep it going methodically. Keep gaining yards. Let your kicker win the game. It really felt like the Bears were going to win it. And, Devin, watching the game on TV, they showed Matthew Stafford after the Rams' opening drive of overtime, and the look on his face was, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt inevitable, and I felt so bad for those Bears fans that were out there freezing their asses off for all those hours to have it feel like you had it in your hands, and then it was just gone. So who's your team with the biggest regret from divisional round weekend?
For me, it was close. I almost went Houston not taking C.J. Stroud out and putting Davis Mills in. But for me, it was the Bears. But it wasn't what you said. Kick some damn field goals. Like, what? Open and drive. You drive down. You put your team in position. My whole 13 years in the NFL, all I heard was play from ahead, play with a lead. You can't play from ahead and play with a lead without getting points. So I just hate the fact that these games come down to 3-point game, tie game, and overtime, and you look back and you say, hey, they went for it 3 straight times when they could have kicked field goals. They didn't get it twice, and they got a touchdown once. They kicked 2 of those field goals, 1 of those field goals. The game just changes. Just please kick field goals. It would help out. They wouldn't always be playing from behind like in a wild card if they kick some field goals.
And that's a hell of a point. Now, I don't know if Ben Johnson was expecting it to be a higher scoring game or what, but I think if he'd have known that it was going to be 17-17 at the end of regulation, he may have been more tempted to take the threes when he had the chances to do it. Team with the best chance to get back to the division round next season, for me, it's the 49ers. I'm amazed they got there this year with so many injuries. They stay healthy next year. I know they're going to need a new defensive coordinator, and that's going to be a challenge, but Kyle Shanahan, great coach. Brock Purdy, keep him healthy. Christian McCaffrey, maybe another year or 2 left in the prime. He doesn't seem to be showing any signs of slowing down. They maybe find a receiver or 2 in free agency. I think they can get right back to where they were this year, if not farther. I know it's not going to be easy in that division, but they were surprisingly good this year despite a ton of adversity.
For me, it's the Bears. As critical as I'm saying, kick field goals, but they come back to an NFC North. Detroit's coming with a new offensive coordinator, which it didn't work last year since Ben Johnson left. Minnesota, the book is still out on J.J. McCarthy, possibly now gone without Brian Flores. Like, they come back. Green Bay, you got to find a replacement for Jeff Hafley. Parsons coming off of ACL. Like, this team comes back probably the most put together. You had a new head coach this past season. You bring everybody back. I think the Chicago Bears have a good chance to possibly win the division again and be back in the divisional round of the playoffs.
Where it will be different in 2026 for the Bears, the expectations will be high. There were none in 2025. Yeah. And that's the problem with having success early in your time as a head coach. All of a sudden, the bar is high, and it's going to be hard to exceed it in 2026. All right, the team with the biggest question mark heading into the offseason, Devin, who do you have there?
It has to be, to me, the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans 2 years ago looked like they found the jewel of the draft. It looked like, hey, we got our guy. He's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league in 4 or 5 years. And now you look up, and I think we're all sitting there wondering, hey, what does Houston decide? Do they say, hey, this was all the coordinator, and now for a second year they move on from a coordinator and say, hey, our quarterback's good, we're blaming us all on the coordinator? Or do they stick with the coordinator and say, hey, we really got to dig in and figure out how do we get C.J. Stroud playing like the guy that played his rookie year and had so much success?
You know, that's a hell of a point. And so far, the way DeMeco Ryans has addressed it, it sounds like Nick Caley could end up taking the fall. When the coach won't comment on the future of a key assistant, that's not good. And what Ryans has said repeatedly about Stroud, didn't think about taking him out of the game on Sunday. He's our guy. Yesterday, he went on and on about how he wants Stroud to just flush that one, treat it like an aberration. So Ryans doesn't view him any differently, but it is a big question mark who's going to be coaching Stroud and how much better will he be in 2026. But for me, the biggest question mark is what we started the show with. Who's going to be the Buffalo Bills coach? I mean, literally, there is a giant question mark on the team facility right now, especially over the coach's parking space. We have no idea who the coach is going to be, and that's going to determine so much about the future of the Buffalo Bills. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.